So today I'd like to talk to you about something that might seem a little bit strange from someone who analyzes a whole lot of survey data, and that's around we need less surveys and more conversation, right? We need dialogue, right? Dialogue is the end result of all the analysis we do. We don't necessarily need more data. We probably have all the data we need. We need to analyze it better, perhaps, but that analysis should lead to more dialogue with students. We don't want to perpetuate this culture of sort of hollow surveys of, okay, asking for data and doing nothing with it. Right? If there's no dialogue, there's no point capturing the data. So students get more and more surveys than ever, right? Response rates are rubbish, right? Generally across the board. Um, and typically this is because of a few things. Too many questions, right? Too specific questions, and that encourage like superficial answers, right? No actual engagement or dialogue. It's not like it's coming from a person asking them about this specific thing. It's this huge monster 100-question survey, lots of Likert scales on it, and it can tell it's designed by committee and no one's actually going to read it, right? If we want students to engage with our surveys and engage with our process, we've got to engage with it better too and put more thought into how we approach this. So if students are just giving data via these different submissions, and nothing's ever happening, they don't feel like they're part of the process. They feel like they're giving something but getting nothing in return. So dialogue is super important to show, okay, what is being done? This is dialogue in the sort of you said we did context, but also just talking human to human is super important and should be something we should really try and build into our cultures more at universities, trying to talk to students more. So why are conversations so useful? So conversations unlock that next level. So we analyze all our survey data and we know where the main issues are in a broad sense. Okay, we can see, okay, this faculty has a problem with this discipline has this issue, institution wide, we've got these issues, which is a fundamental first step. But after that, you look at the comments, then you talk to the students. What is the actual problem? We know these areas of problem. We know 5,000 students have mentioned this area in the last few years, but you've got to go and talk to them. Okay, some focus groups and panels, whatever it may be, in order to work out how to approach it. You can't just stop at the data analysis side, right? Also, when you're analyzing sort of free text comments, you'll see lots of themes occur together, and it's hard to pull those apart unless you just talk to someone. If you're talking to someone, you ask them, okay, why did you mention it in that way? Why did you mention it side by side with that? They'll tell you. And then you can really very quickly get to, okay, what are the real problems? What are the fundamental underlying issues? And what are the secondary symptoms of those issues? So how do we do this at Student Voice AI? So we analyze thousands of comments, we structure them, we categorize them and tag them, do sentiment analysis on them, surface those patterns, and give those to staff at institutions to start the dialogue, to start the conversation, right? We are a fundamental bit of the apparatus of the plumbing, right? We make everything happen faster and more consistently, but then it's on institutions to really, okay, start that dialogue with the students. So what would be things you can do? Sort of, okay, reduce the number of questions in your surveys, right? Maybe 3 Likert scale questions in 1 comment box, right? And demonstrate, over demonstrate that you're listening, right? As soon as those come in, communicate heavily with the students. Say, look, we really get this, really see what you're doing. We see your answers. These are changes we're going to make. These are the clarifications we want to make, and really go all in and sort of really demonstrate that first step and try and build that flywheel of feedback going back and forth. And you can use analysis to help structure those conversations to very quickly get you to the point of, okay, 50% of the comments are about the lecture theatres. Here's what we're doing about them, right? And with sort of analysis systems like ours, you can get to that point of understanding what the problem is and starting that dialogue much, much quicker.